problem we are running into. Bought a new cover, and every single time it rains hard, all of the supports just collapse and it ends up filling everything full of water. So I have devised a plan on how to stop this from happening by making a frame for the cover. So I'm gonna have you guys follow along with me while I build that here in the garage and get it all set up. So stay tuned, guys. Please excuse the insane brightness. We finally had this bad storm that we were dealing with all day. I jumped the gun, I already cut one, but basically this is just two 10-foot sections of 1.5 PVC pipe, what they call it, consider schedule 40. And then we've got 5 caps, 3 T's, and 4 45-degree elbows. So that's what we got so far. Basically what I'm gonna do in theory is make everything that way I can take it apart at the boat ramp wherever we go to fish and lay it in the bed of my truck. I do a lot of traveling. I try to keep the boat covered as much as possible. You know, I don't know, that's my preference. Some guys just leave their boats wide open, but you know, my boat sits outside. Unfortunately, it doesn't fit in my garage. It's too long. So, you know, I got to make do with what I got. So follow along, guys, as I'm putting all this together, and we'll see if we can't make a nice little support for the boat cover to stop pooling up like you saw earlier. Bye, guys. All right. So closed up the garage a little bit to get rid of some of the craziness out there. So what we're going to do is get all this set up. I gotta get some of the cut cleaned up here. I should have probably prepped this a little bit before I started, but hopefully you guys can hear me over my fan. So we're just gonna clean it up like this. Cleaned up. I'm not using glue or anything for the simple reason that I need to be able to take this apart at the boat ramp. That's what I was explaining earlier. I travel with my boat covered up, so. But basically this is going to be your middle section. Boom. And boom in the middle section. This is just the center support brace and also a spot to be able to take it apart. So we got that. And bam. It is not wanting to seat down in there very far now, is it? Okay, so that's one. And then each side's gonna get a cap like this. And you're fixing to see why. Another cap on that end. Make sure it's completely flat. Your middle cap's going to be the one that you want facing down. That's going to be a center support that goes straight down. Boom. Take your last T, slide it on down. Same thing, just make sure it's flat. Pop her on there like that. Like I said, that's already falling apart. Go figure. Maybe this might not work as good as I thought it will. We'll come up with something. And then, take your 245s off the end, slide them in, and then we're going to cut this other 10-foot pipe down into 2.5-foot legs to come off like that. So I'm going to go ahead and slide everything in, go ahead and get the legs cut, and then I'll be right back with you guys to see if my little mishmash of plumbing parts builds me a support for my boat cover. So check back in with you guys shortly after everything's cut. Alright guys, I just realized I'm terrible at math and failed to grab an extra piece. But essentially, this is what you guys have going on here. Okay, that was your 3-way T and going into the center section. Okay, and then these are reducers. Not a reducer technically, more of an adapter. So this fits the ID of that coupler, and this fits the OD of the down leg going. So essentially what you're doing is creating a canopy, almost like a teepee kind of. Okay, and then I got caps down there just to help, you know, stop it from tearing up the carpet. I mean, it's gonna leave indentions. Okay, and then you slide on down, and then this is where it's gonna be removable. This is what I was saying. I forgot to grab the piece from that. So if you look right now, it's kind of in the middle like that. So same thing on both sides. That was a 10-foot stick. I just cut them down into 2.5-foot legs on every side. Cap, 2.5-foot section, back into that 45 elbow. So I am going to quit yapping and run to Lowe's again and give them more of my money. I should probably have shares in that company and I'd be a little bit better off than I am. But yeah, guys. And then that's the extra cap for that down leg. So I was conscious enough to remember to get the cap for it, but not the pipe itself. So actually, I just got to looking, and that right over there is one of my beach rod holders I made. So to save me a trip, that bad girl right there might become the center support. Yes, I'm that cheap. If I go surf fishing again, I'll build rod holders again. Hold on one second, I'm gonna measure this, and if that's 1.5 inches, it's gonna be put on there. All right, check back in just 1 second. All right, guys, I'm a little bit later than I wanted to be, but this is the finished product. With the legs coming down, pardon me 1 second, my phone is going crazy. Trying to listen to my Gators beat Kentucky tonight, and my phone keeps turning back on, so. But then that's the center support. That's what I had to run back. I made that a little bit taller, so it kind of had a little bit of an arch to it to help get that water off. And then it just sits there, and whenever you need to uncover the boat, you just take that off, set it somewhere. You can make it to where it disassembles, so you can take everything apart. All it is just 2 screws, and you can have this sucker apart and tucked away. I mean, if you want to haul to the boat ramp with the cover on still strapped down, you get there, pop out, take 2 screws out, or I might drill all the way through it and just put a release pin, like a little clevis pin or something all the way through it. That way I can just tear it down. Like I said, it's just my preference. I like my boat being covered up. It ain't pretty, but I'm not trying to make it any uglier. So, but all right, guys. I'm gonna go ahead, cut the camera, get this thing covered up real quick, and see if this actually works. If not, I just burned up a bunch of battery life and time and money for absolutely nothing. All right, catch back up in just a second with the cover on. All right, folks, there she is. Do a full 360 all the way around. Is it perfect? Nope. Is it a heck of a lot better than the support poles that they sent me? Yeah, 1000%. So it's kind of what we're working with here. My big gigantic Helix 10 hanging out of the side there. I probably need to take that off when the boat's going to sit for a while. And then I am going to get a little water that pools up here, but what's nice is I can just take it. Actually, there's a little water in there now from earlier, and then just pop it and it drains right out. So appreciate you guys. You got any questions about this, or any ideas or anything like that? I'm always here. I'm not a mechanical engineer or anything like that, but with a little good redneck ingenuity, some screws and a sawzall and whatever else, I can make a lot of stuff happen. I got about $65 wrapped up into everything, so you can't really beat that. But all right, guys, I really appreciate you coming along with me on this little Bob the Builder expedition that I went on here, and check back in for a little while after a few more rainstorms. We're expecting a pile of rain tomorrow after I get off the lake, so hopefully I can catch some big fish tomorrow. And tomorrow, take a look at this cover after it's been sitting overnight, or the afternoon tomorrow with all the rain that's coming. But all right, guys, I'll catch back up with you guys later on. And again, thank you guys for everything. Thank you guys for watching, all the kind comments, the follows, the subscriptions, everything. We appreciate it so much, guys. So thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great weekend and be safe out there. Bye, guys. All right, there she is, still intact. I just wanted to check in with you guys. We had a pretty heavy rain today, and this is all the puddles or the pooling that we get. There's one right here, and then in the back, you get pooling, which I said, I believe I said in the other video that's how it was going to be. But this is nice though, because all you got to do is just grab it like this and just boom, water off. And then boom, water off, and then we're ready to rock. Which also, as I tighten and add some more of these straps to it and stuff and get that tied down, see how that picks that up right there? Hey, for 60 bucks I'll take it, because this thing has been a nightmare trying to get this cover to stay up. But all right guys, once again I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching my redneck ingenuity at work. You got any questions, again guys, just comment. We are here to help. We do not mind helping anybody whatsoever. All right guys, thanks a lot. We're off to film some more.